Few things hurt more as a sci-fi fan than getting hooked on a brilliant new show, only to have it yanked away after one season, right when the story is about to blow wide open. So in this video, we're revisiting the sci-fi shows that ended way too soon and left their audiences hanging. Some of these series were underrated gems, others had all the hype in the world, but they all share the same fate: one season and no resolution. And to keep things nice and tidy, we're listing the shows from oldest to newest. Space Above and Beyond. In the mid-90s, Space Above and Beyond took audiences to a future where humanity's first encounter with aliens quickly spirals into an all-out interstellar conflict. The show followed a group of young Marine pilots thrown into a brutal war against the mysterious alien race known as Chigs. Dark, intense, and loaded with commentary on war and sacrifice, it built a loyal cult following. But just as fans were invested in the fates of the 58th Squadron, Fox dropped the axe after one season. To make things worse, the series finale ended with multiple main characters in mortal danger, some captured, some possibly dead, and zero resolution in sight. Talk about brutal. Now and Again. Here's one that doesn't get talked about enough: Now and Again. The show had a great premise. A middle-aged man dies in a freak accident only to have his brain transplanted into a genetically engineered super soldier body. The catch? He has to cut ties with his wife and daughter. What made the show work wasn't just the sci-fi gimmick, it was the emotional core of a man trapped between duty and the life he left behind. And then, just when things got really juicy, the series ended on a cliffhanger. Michael defies the government and reunites with his family, right as agents break down the door. The unresolved ending still stings decades later. John Doe. John Doe was one of those shows built entirely around a killer mystery, literally. It followed a man who wakes up naked in the woods with no memory of who he is, but with encyclopedic knowledge of everything else in the world. He knows every fact, every language, every obscure detail, but not his own name or his past. Naturally, he uses his gift to help solve crimes in Seattle, all while searching for answers about his identity. The big hook was the central question: who is John Doe? The finale dropped a jaw-dropping twist, hinting at a shocking conspiracy, only for the series to be canceled right after. Fans were left hanging. Surface. NBC's Surface took the classic mysterious creature from the deep trope and blew it up into a full-blown sci-fi epic. The show followed a marine biologist, an insurance salesman, and a teen boy who discover a strange sea creature. As the story unfolded, it became clear this wasn't just about one monster. It was about a new species rising up and reshaping the world. By the finale, massive tsunamis hinted that the creatures were taking over Earth's oceans, setting up a global-scale story that never got told. NBC left fans with one of the most frustrating "the end of the world is coming" cliffhangers ever. Defying Gravity. First pitched as Grey's Anatomy in space, Defying Gravity quickly turned into something stranger and much more ambitious. Set aboard a near-future space mission, the show followed 8 astronauts as they embarked on a mysterious journey around the solar system, only to discover they were being influenced by a strange object known as Beta. It blended space exploration with soapy drama, slow-burn mystery, and some surprisingly trippy sci-fi twists, only to be canceled after just 13 episodes. The final episode promised big revelations about a lot of things, and then nothing. Defying Gravity ended up floating away into the void unresolved. FlashForward. With a setup this good, it's almost criminal how it ended. FlashForward imagined a world where every person on Earth blacked out for 137 seconds and saw a glimpse of their future. Naturally, chaos followed as people tried to piece together what they'd seen and whether destiny could be changed. The show juggled mystery, conspiracy, and drama, building toward a bigger event. But when ABC canceled it, fans were left with the cruelest cliffhanger of all: another blackout and a montage of flash-forwards, this time with no resolution. The final shot teased bigger twists and higher stakes, but instead, viewers were left staring at one of the most frustrating sci-fi dead ends. Terra Nova. Dinosaurs plus time travel should have been a surefire hit, right? Terra Nova had a brilliant concept. In a bleak future, humanity sends colonists 85 million years into the past to rebuild civilization. The show mixed family drama with prehistoric survival, conspiracy plots, and, of course, dino attacks. Despite Spielberg's name attached, it was famously expensive to produce, and Fox axed it. To make matters worse, the finale ended with a mysterious artifact discovered in the past, hinting at a much larger mythology. Fans were hyped to learn more, but that tease went extinct along with the show. It's remembered as one of the biggest missed opportunities in sci-fi TV. Star-Crossed. Part teen drama, part alien romance, Star-Crossed was the CW's attempt to blend Romeo and Juliet vibes with sci-fi. The series followed Emery, a human, and Roman, an alien, as they navigated a high school integration program meant to ease tensions between their species. Of course, there was plenty of love triangle drama mixed in with intergalactic politics. Just as things were heating up, with alien rebellions bubbling in the background, the show got cancelled. The finale ended on a full-blown cliffhanger, with the Atrians rising up and Earth on the brink of war. Fans never got the resolution, leaving Star-Crossed as another one-season wonder that promised big and vanished fast. The Island. Netflix's The Island was pitched like Lost with a more obvious sci-fi twist, but what we got was weird. The show opened with 10 strangers waking up on a mysterious island with no memory of who they were. Suspicion, paranoia, and shady experiments quickly followed, and just as it started leaning into its "is this all a simulation" hook, the show got cancelled. The finale revealed bigger layers of the program controlling the island, hinting at more secrets and betrayals to come. Instead, viewers were left stranded with no answers and a lot of frustration. Messy or not, the island definitely knew how to drop a cliffhanger. I am not okay with this. Netflix giveth and Netflix taketh away. I Am Not Okay With This was a darkly funny teen series about Sydney, a high schooler struggling with family drama, a crush on her best friend, and, oh yeah, burgeoning telekinetic powers. The show nailed its mix of awkward comedy and supernatural tension, and it all built toward a jaw-dropping finale where Sydney's powers exploded during the school dance. Just as she was about to face the mysterious figure stalking her, Netflix canceled it. No explanation, no second season, just a brutal cliffhanger with Sydney's fate and the mystery figure's identity forever unresolved. For fans, not okay is an understatement. 1899. From the creators of Dark, 1899 promised a twisting, mind-bending mystery, and it delivered until Netflix pulled the plug. The series followed European immigrants traveling to America aboard a steamship, only to encounter strange visions, vanishing passengers, and a creeping sense that reality wasn't what it seemed. The finale blew the lid off everything. The characters weren't in 1899 at all. They were trapped in a simulation aboard a futuristic spaceship. That game-changing cliffhanger set up an even bigger story for Season 2, but Netflix canceled it almost immediately. Fans were furious, and 1899 now stands as one of the most painful what could have been endings in sci-fi history. Honorable mentions. Before we wrap, let's shout out a few other one-season sci-fi shows that left us dangling. Earth 2 stranded colonists on a hostile new world and ended just as bigger mysteries were unfolding. Highlander the Raven tried to spin off the cult franchise, but bowed out with no resolution. Odyssey 5 literally had astronauts watch Earth explode before being sent back in time to stop it, and then got axed mid-mission. Threshold had an alien invasion heating up when CBS pulled the plug. Meanwhile, No Ordinary Family gave us a superpowered family learning to balance heroics and domestic life before fizzling with unanswered arcs. Outcast imagined humanity's last survivors starting fresh on a distant planet, only to leave its conspiracy-laced plot unfinished. And the Tomorrow People remake teased a major war between evolved humans and their oppressors, but we never got the payoff. Constellation. Apple TV Plus's Constellation hooked viewers with a mix of space-set thrills and psychological mystery. After a disaster aboard the International Space Station, astronaut Jo returns to Earth, only to realize her reality doesn't quite line up with the one she left. The show unraveled as a multiverse thriller, full of eerie doubles, missing pieces, and questions about what was real. By the finale, the alternate universe twist came fully into play, teasing a massive story still unfolding. But Apple canceled it, leaving fans hanging in the middle of its most mind-bending revelations. Constellation was ambitious, atmospheric, and compelling, right up until it vanished into the void of unfinished TV. Did we cover your personal cliffhanger heartbreaks? Or is there a one-season wonder we missed that still keeps you up at night? Drop your pics in the comments. We'd love to commiserate. Head over to tvshowpilot.com for more TV goodness, and subscribe to the TV Show Pilot channel so you don't miss our next video.